everybody! I hope you guys all had the best Christmas ever. So first of all, I know I'm not in my normal filming habitat. We unfortunately had to put up the tree in front of my bookshelf. If I lean this way, you can kind of see my bookshelf back there. So like normally I film like right behind where the tree would be, but I'm kind of moved forward today in front of the tree because, you know, we have a tiny apartment and we don't have that much space. I feel a little off because I'm not in my normal, you know, filming area. Alright, anyway, I got a gigantic stack of books for Christmas and I cannot wait to show you what all of them are. The very first one I'm going to talk about is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Everybody freaking loves it, and it's about a fifth season. I also know that it was the winner of the 2016 Hugo Award, and I can't wait to see what this fifth season is. I cannot wait to read it. Another one I got for Christmas is Keeper of the Lost Cities Book 1. You guys might have heard me talk about finding book 3 out in the middle of the desert randomly. I don't know if you've heard that story, it's in like another video. So it made me want to go find book 1, and so I put it on my Christmas list. Let's see. The main character's name is Sophie Foster. She's 12 years old and she has a secret. She is a telepath. That sounds super exciting. I'm excited to start the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. Another one I got for Christmas is Fireborn. Alright, I've been talking about this. It's a dragon book. I know Reagan from Peru's Project read this book in a vlog, and that's where I first heard about it, and I'd been super interested in it ever since. Two orphans, very different backgrounds. One's named Annie, one's named Lee. They rise in the ranks of dragon riders, and I think they become friends. Oh, hi, baby. There's a cat in the background. Hello, sweetie. The cat scratching post is right behind me, so yeah. Yeesh. Oh, I love you too. Yeah, you're a good kitty. Sorry about the cat, but anyway, I've been wanting to read more dragon books, especially dragon rider books. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna be so excited about this one. I got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Okay, this book has been on my radar, but it hasn't been on the top of my radar. So one of my friends just randomly gave it to me for Christmas because she had just finished reading it, and she's like, oh my god, you need to read this right now. Here's a copy. Please read it. And so she just gave it to me with the assignment that I must read it very, very soon. Oh, look how beautiful. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this is, you guys. What even? I cannot wait. This is just the most gorgeous. This is the most gorgeous book cover. So The Cruel Prince, I've been hearing so much about this all over BookTube. I have a vague idea of what it's about. So I think there's a main character. Her name was Jude, and she was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous high court of the Fae. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there despite her mortality, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardan, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. Probably hate to love romance, I'm guessing, and I know I love Fae stories, so yes, I will read this as soon as I can. Another book I grabbed for Christmas was Stargirl. I think it's Lala's favorite book ever from Books and Lala, and I like to keep tabs on like my favorite booktubers' favorite books of all time, and I like to try and collect them and read them and just kind of see what they love. Stargirl. She's as magical as the desert sky, as strange as her pet rat, as mysterious as her own name, and she captures Leo Borlock's heart with just one smile. I really have no idea much about this book, and it is Lala's favorite book of all time. I'm excited to see what she loves. Another one I got for Christmas was A Closed and Common Orbit. I think it's a continuation of the same spaceship and the same crew and characters from The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. So it says, the current timeline in this book begins during the final events of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. The past timeline begins approximately 20 solar years prior. Okay, I loved The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Anyway, I'm excited to jump into A Closed and Common Orbit and just continue the journey with all the characters, because you just feel like you're their best friends. Another one I grabbed. So this is the Queen This is the Queens of Fireborn. It is the next book in the Queens of Fireborn series, right? So I'm excited to dive in. It is the next book, apparently, I believe, where I'm at. Because there's goes 3 Dark Crowns, 1 Dark Throne, Queens of Fireborn, and then I think it's 5 Dark Fates. I think that's the order of the books. And I ordered 5 Dark Fates from Barnes & Noble because they didn't have it when I went. Because I got some Christmas money and I went to Barnes & Noble to spend it, obviously. And they didn't have 5 Dark Fates when I was there, so I ordered it. It's on its way. Also, 5 Dark Fates is the last book in this series. I think I got them all in the right order. We'll find out. Anyway, but I know that 5 Dark Fates is the last book, and then this is a prequel. So, anyway, I'm excited to complete the series. Just finish it out, see who wins the throne, see if any of them win the throne, see if everybody dies at the end. I have no idea. I can't wait. Also, I grabbed Nemesis Games with some Christmas money, and I can't be more excited. It is the 5th book in the Expanse series, and I've also ordered Babylon's Ashes. I ordered book 6. I think it was Babylon's Ashes. So I will very soon own the next 2 books in the Expanse series, and then I'll just be 2 books away from the end from owning the last book. I'm currently only on book 4 as far as reading them goes, but it's nice just to have them all so that I can, when I get there, I'll just have the book and I won't have to stop and wait for Barnes & Noble to order it. The Expanse is a sci-fi series in which Earth is overpopulated and a lot of people have moved out to the asteroid belts. There's all these space stations and stuff populating the asteroid belts, as well as a bunch of the moons of like Saturn and Jupiter. You've got Earthers, which is anybody who lives on a planet or a moon or on ground, and then you have Belters, which is people who live in outer space, in space stations and on spaceships, and people who are just raised in space. So Belters and Earthers are now these 2 completely separate cultures, and they don't really see eye to eye or get along very well. So you take these 2 cultures that are constantly at war, constantly fighting and arguing and just not able to understand each other, then throw in this alien monster threat in the middle of everything. And so Belters and Earthers are kind of forced to have to get along and deal with this extraterrestrial alien threat. It's freaking awesome. Like, I'm loving this book series. One of the last little gems I got for Christmas was a graphic novel, Vox Machina Origins. So this whole graphic novel is based on a Dungeons & Dragons game, and Vox Machina is like the Dungeons & Dragons adventuring party. Anyway, there is a show on Geek and Sundry that I absolutely freaking love, and I believe they stream on Twitch. That's where we've watched them, and on YouTube. Called Critical Role, and it is Dungeons and Dragons, and it is this adventure party called Vox Machina and all of their adventures, and Matthew Mercer is the dungeon master, the DM of this adventure party, and it's amazing. I think they're on their 2nd campaign now, and I watched like half of their 2nd campaign, but I got very far behind. So this is actually, this graphic novel is the origins of their 1st campaign, the Vox Machina story. When they started the show on Twitch, this Dungeons & Dragons campaign had actually been playing together for, I think, a couple years before they started streaming it. So there's like all this backstory that like the fans just don't know about, and so they came out with this graphic novel of a lot of the backstory. I can't wait to read it because I am a total freaking nerd. I can't wait. I love these people. They all feel like, all these characters feel like they're my best friends because I've watched them go through so much, you know, in their adventures, and I watched all their stories unfold, and I watched how it all ended. And the final 3 books I got are Dungeons & Dragons books. These are extra Dungeons & Dragons manuals because I do want to get into DMing this year, and that is one of my year goals. So, Xanthar's Guide to Everything. Xanthar is a beholder, and he has a pet fish. He just sits down in his library and records a whole bunch of stuff. So, we are essentially reading a book that Xanthar and his pet fish wrote. And it's so cute because throughout this whole book, there are little notes by Xanthar like up in the top corner and stuff, and it just adds so much flavor, and it's just so fun. And Xanthar says, "Do you know the great benefits of living underground? No weather. Don't mess this up for me." This is a section of the book that like talks all about storms, and it's just a whole bunch of extra stuff to make things a little more spicy and a little more fun when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So, Xanthar's Guide to Everything. Also, I got Volo's Guide to Monsters. This is a Dungeons and Dragons manual as well, about a bunch of the extra monsters and stuff in Dungeons and Dragons. And the main reason I was super interested in this is because it has my character, the Tabaxi, in it. And it has other characters and classes that you can play. Oh, look, this is a whole other layer. Look, this is a whole layer that you could send people through. I'm so excited. Anyway, so basically, now that is the most interesting picture I've ever seen. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm gonna find out. Anyway, so Volo's Guide to Monsters. Yes, it has the Tabaxi character, which is a character that I love to play. I love to play Tabaxis when I play Dungeons and Dragons because they're just so much fun and they're so random and interesting, and they're cat people, and I love to wear my cat ears and dress up when I'm playing. So anyway, yeah, it's got my Tabaxi character in it, which is one of the main reasons that I wanted Volo's Guide to Monsters, because it has extra characters and it has extra monsters and extra adventures and all kinds of things. All sorts of things in it. So basically it's just an extra game manual for Dungeons & Dragons. So there's that. Okay. Also, the last Dungeons & Dragons book I got, I'm so excited about this, you guys. I got Everon, and oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. Okay, so Everon is Dungeons & Dragons. It's a Dungeons & Dragons manual. It's an alternate world setting. So you've got like the main D&D world that, you know, you kind of have, but you also kind of create it as you go. But then you've got Everon. And Everon is a mage punk setting. So basically it's like steampunk, but with magic and wizards and like all that kind of stuff. And most of the magic, I believe, is elemental based. I could be wrong because I haven't fully dived into Everon yet. So anyway, look at that. Look at this opening page. I can't even. I'm so flipping excited. And there are just so many cool characters that you could be, or that you could invent or make that you could make up or invent or be. This is a mage, right? Isn't that character super fun and interesting? Like, just look. I can't even. I can't even. Also, you could ride a dinosaur. You could get a pet dinosaur and ride a dinosaur, quite possibly. That's an option. Look at this airship. Oh my god, look at this airship. I can't even. And most of the magic is elemental magic, and most of like the airships and stuff like that are connected to elementals in some way. I think you could even control an elemental or possess a piece of an elemental, all kinds of stuff. Look at this chick. I don't know what's about to happen there, but oh, she's a necromancer. She's got that necromancer look about her. Apparently in Everon you have to watch out for falling drunks. That's a thing. Anyway, look, this is like a little known alchemist with a little gnome alchemist, or I think halfling or gnome alchemist, and she's got a little robot, and oh my goodness, I cannot wait to dive into this world. Mage punk, elemental magic, Dungeons and Dragons. I cannot wait to create adventures for players that take place in this crazy, fun, interesting alternate world. Those are all the books that I got for Christmas 2019. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more of my face, hit that subscribe button for me, and then you'll get to see more of my face, and I'll get to see more of your face, and we could even be friends on Twitter if you have a Twitter account, and that would be really awesome. So I love you. You are so freaking beautiful, and I will totally see you in the next video.